Welcome back to Waking Up with Mindful Serenity Yoga, and we are going to continue with answering questions from the jar. I will not go into any other ramble like I tend to do before I begin these exercises. I will, however, make sure my timer is working, as you will see from all my videos. This seems to be a little bit of a challenge for me, for whatever reason, to get that timer going the way it should go. Okay, I'm going to reach in to the bottom of my jar, which is getting very sparse in there. It's running out of questions. I'll grab this big long one. Okay, it's a pretty good question. I'll read it first and then I'll set my timer. Why does the universe often seem like a hostile, lawless, and I don't know what that means, ungoverned place? Why does the universe often seem like a hostile, lawless, and ungoverned place? Wow, let's hope I can answer that one. I'll start my timer. Take a deep breath. Really need it for this question. And why does the universe often seem like a hostile, lawless, and ungoverned place? I suppose we're kind of looking, when we look at the universe through this statement, through the laws of thermodynamics, and we're looking at entropy and how everything kind of falls into chaos, randomly seems to fall into chaos. Everything seems so random, and if we don't try to create order around it, it seems to fall into chaos. And that is actually the law of thermodynamics. So it is a law in a sense. But why does a universe, this vast, spacious universe, and we have to know that the universe is like almost infinite in its expansiveness, is it not? The Hubble telescope has shown just so many, so these pictures that are about this tiny in comparison. We get this small little image of space, at the exclusion of all the other infinite space around it. And we can see an infinite number of stars, and each star we know is a galaxy by itself. And these are all just specks of this expansive and spacious universe. It is so absolutely humongous. So how is this universe, as huge and spacious as it is, not more in order, not more what we as little me's and these psychics we have as human beings, why does it not seem more lawful, more organized, more governed by something? In our perspective, our tiny little perspective, and we have to get into perspective here, okay? Because we are on this one speck of dust that we call Earth, belonging to one solar system. Our sun, what we call the sun, and come to see as the, just as everything there is, the center of everything, is just one tiny little star in one galaxy out of a trillion. I don't know, I think is there a trillion or billion galaxies? I'm not sure exactly the number they've found so far, but we know it could be infinite. And here we are, these tiny, tiny, tiny little specks on this speck of dust, questioning why the universe has no more order to it. Like, really? And we say that because it doesn't often serve our expectations of how life should be. It doesn't always make us feel safe and in control and okay inside. So we therefore say that the universe, this infinite spaciousness, does not have laws, it's hostile, it's ungoverned. Life and the universe are not here for us as these tiny little specks on a speck of dust. The reasons are billions and billions of years older than us. What is showing up right now in front of me as a little speck on this speck of dust in this small little solar system around this tiny little sun or star, one of millions in this galaxy, one galaxy in a trillion of other galaxies. What's showing up in front of this is supposed to work my way. It's supposed to be here to serve me, so that this entity that I created as a me, which is nothing more than a mental construct, right? Feels okay inside. Does that make sense? I don't understand the universe. So therefore, I do not understand the laws of the universe. I do not understand what I call to be hostile. It was just a label I slapped on it because it didn't serve this little dot on a speck of dust. Does that make sense? How can that be? Hostile is just a term, a descriptor term that I placed on what I assume the universe is doing when I know nothing. So how on earth do I know if the universe is being governed when I say it looks so ungoverned? It's following laws I cannot understand with this mere little mortal mind I have. So I say that it's wrong and it's hostile. It's ungoverned, and it's lawless. I don't understand the laws. Now, deep inside me, though, beneath the psyche that I created and this idea of me I created, that I spend my entire lifetime in that dash between the date I'm born and the date I die, which is my lifetime, it's just a dash. Poets have said great things about this. Was it Odin or... Auden or Cummings? I don't know. I can't remember the poem right off about the dash. But anyway, that's all our life is. It's a dash between some date that the mental construct has created, that we were born on, and this date that the body ceases to be breathing on its own, which we call our death day. And in this dash is my existence of life. And I spend that time that just is like less than a blink of an eye in eternity. And I say it's all about what I can get from here to here. And in that time, I create this idea of a me, a mental construct, so that I could make sense of things that are happening in the universe. When I was never meant to, maybe. You know, it's not about me in this dash of experiences. Things have been going on billions and billions of years before that dash came to be. My lifetime came to be. Why do I think it has to do with me? Serve me. I just have the wonderful opportunity of sitting down in this dash or walking around in this dash between the date I'm so-called born and the date I so-called die, to experience this universe. This tiny little speck of it I get to see and get to be a part of. I get to see it, observe it, experience it. And there's so much more to experience out there besides this. But even though I only have a tiny little bit of the universal experience to be a part of, I even have a tendency as a psyche to narrow it down even further, right? To bring down that viewpoint, that lens I'm looking through, into an even more of a narrow lens, so that I only see what this me is experiencing, not what the me's around me or the other beings around me are experiencing, or what the beauty is over here or there. I'm just looking at this little me and its drama. So I'm contracting and restricting it even further down, and then I'm asking, why does the universe have no laws? Why does the universe seem so hostile to this me in its drama? Why is it not being governed? But beyond that, I know something in me, beyond the psyche, that is actually a part of the universe, that actually came from the universe, that I actually flow back into the universe once I get rid of my idea of me, knows that it is perfectly perfect or perfectly imperfect, exactly the way it is. Every cause has led to an effect, and every effect has led to another cause, and it's just been billions of years of existence. There's laws, and most importantly, there is something or someone governing it. There's something making my puny little lungs as a tiny little dot on a tiny little speck of dust in this little solar system around this tiny little star, one of a billion or trillion, I don't know the numbers, in one galaxy out of a trillion galaxies. Breathe. It's the same thing that makes the bird sing next to me, makes the earth spin, makes the sun shine, makes this galaxy that created this galaxy and amongst a million other galaxies. Something had to govern this. Something had to create this. Something is assuring that it goes on. It has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with this thing I call me. But I get to be a part of it. In this little dash between the day I've been born, so-called born, and the day I so-called die, I get to be a part of this universe. And what seems hostile is absolutely amazing. Just my mind made it hostile. What seems lawless has laws I will never understand. And what seems ungoverned is governed by something I will never, as Einstein said, be able to understand with my mere mind. It's amazing. Well, that's what came out of me when I read that question. I hope the answer suffices. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Timer's up. Namaste.